Welcome back, guys. This is Scott, and he's Matt, and we are Stout Sportsmen. Today we have Smith Lake Bassmaster Fantasy Fishing. I guess
Yep.
first thing, did you even have Cliff Prince on your radar at all for
For
last time?
for Wheeler?
Yeah,
Um, no, not at all. I mean, that
I
was just kind of threw me for a loop, but I'm happy for the guy.
yeah,
Just good for
definitely.
him. Yeah, he put it together for sure.
Yeah, gets the young forward facing sonar haters off the Bassmaster's back for a week,
Right, exactly. Maybe two,
maybe two.
maybe
Yeah,
well for maybe two events. We'll see.
yeah.
I,
So
I I don't know. It's going to be a hot one down there. I mean, again, and he did. Cliff did pretty well last time in the heat, so there's a good chance he may be able to pull something together again this time. So that's a foreshadowing. All right, Lewis Smith Lake, June 27th through the 30th. Now, 7 a.m. Eastern time takeoff and 3 p.m. weigh-ins. So that's 6 a.m. Takeoff for local there, which is Central, and 2 p.m. local Central weigh-ins. Just so we get that out of the way because they're an hour behind us. So
yeah,
yeah, Coleman, Alabama. Yeah, it's gonna be hot. Like I said, looks like anywhere you're looking like 90 to low 90s, and
yeah.
yeah, uncomfortable. Not very much wind, maybe some rain. Yeah.
Well,
So what do you think? Spotted bass is the word, I guess,
yeah. I mean,
and some largemouth, I would assume.
yeah. It's I don't know. I don't really know what to expect on this one. I didn't really do as much research because research isn't helping me. I'm getting my ass kicked no matter who I pick.
Yeah, it's been a little frustrating. I don't know. I think I've been starting to do a little bit better, but kind of just I don't know. I've just been so set in my ways of picking those old school hammers, and that's not what needs to be done this year. So
Yeah.
these young guys have just been, well, for the most part, killing it this year. So
All right. Let's just get into it.
yeah, yep. All right, A group. I'm going to go first. I kind of flopped around a little bit between Hamner and Cox and those guys, and then I'm looking, started to look a little closer. I'm like, oh, this Cody Huff kid, he's doing pretty well. He's got 7 top 50s, 635s, and 2 in the top 10. So like
Yep.
you've hardly heard the guy's name at all this year, or I haven't anyway. And he at 4%, like absolute steal.
Yeah. That's a good
Yep.
find. He's been very quiet, but he's doing well.
And even with the limited, I guess, background of trying to find research and stuff here, but he did have a fifth there in the 2021 Open. So I think that's a phenomenal value for this bucket. Yep. I think
I went with
he's
Justin Hamner.
Hamner. Okay. Yeah. Good pick. Not quite the
Jordan,
chalk pick, but yeah,
yeah,
Jordan Means I think is the top there. But
he,
yeah,
he burned me. He burned me last week, or last tournament. So I
yeah, yep.
decided to switch it up.
Okay. I really like Trey McKinney here. I'm kind of on a Trey McKinney bandwagon. I don't know, last couple of months he's just had a fantastic year. But um, yeah, I like him. But Cody's my guy. B group, who do you have?
Yeah, I went with the chalk Will Davis Jr.
Okay. Yeah, I
Um,
thought about him. Yeah, that is definitely the chalk, I think. Yeah, him and Logan Parks. Yep.
yep. I mean,
I'm good.
Polinick's always in like the top five, no matter which tournament you're at. So
Sure. Yeah.
I'm starting to
Uh,
take that. I'm starting to see that as a trend. Like he's going to
mhm.
be, no matter what group he's in, he's going to be pretty much top five
Yeah.
um, for all 9 tournaments every year, 10 whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna start taking that into account. Like, everybody, he's gonna get picked because everybody likes him and everything. So I think that's just something to look at.
Yeah. I am going with the 2021 Open winner. I'm going with Jake Porosnik. To me, another just value at 4.1%.
Yeah.
So the guy's got recent history there. So, and I think he can tie into like an early bite, shallow before it gets hot and they have to go offshore a little bit. So that's what I'm going with.
I saw, and it's funny because it reminds me, like I think it was middle of last week, he posted on Facebook the trophy from that tournament.
Yeah.
He says, "Let's go do it again" or something. And in the back of my mind, like, "Oh yeah, Krosnick." And then I picked my roster, and then you said that, and I said, "Ah, shit."
Oh well.
Yeah.
A couple other guys. I think Atkins. I think he could possibly do well here.
Logan.
Yep, West Logan. Or Logan Parks, are you talking? Which one?
I mean, both of them. They're both from Alabama. It's going to be that, that's going to be that style of fishing. They're used to it.
Yep. I think it's going to be a grind. I think a lot of them may have trouble just getting a full bag to weigh in, some of these days. Yep. All right, C group. I'll go. I'm probably gonna take a stab at this one and say we may have the same guy, Austin Felix.
Nope. I actually went with Brandon Card.
Brandon Card. Okay.
A little off, a little lower down. I mean, 7.5% for the group.
Yeah.
But he's pretty consistent. I mean, if you look there, he's 29th ranked. So
yeah,
in the bucket, he's one of the best ones, rank wise for fantasy fishing. Okay. Six top 50s. So try to get some points out of there.
Yeah, I think that's a good safe pick. I like that.
Yeah, and I see Welcher as the chalk.
Right. Yeah.
And he's not having the greatest of years, compared to what he did last year. So,
right.
Obviously you can rebound and have a good tournament, but I'm not going to put my money there.
Yeah. When I originally made these picks last week, I had Welcher in there for C group, and just as kind of like just in case I forgot to put a lineup in, but yeah, he's since been changed out. Yeah. All right. D group. I'm going with Joe Webster here.
I also have Joe.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that little bit of local knowledge is going to help him out, especially if the fishing's going to be tough with these hot days. I think that may put him, just that step above everybody else, or most of the other guys at least.
Yeah.
I think like Gaston could be a good pick here too.
I mean, if you really want to stab in the dark, you go Steve Kennedy. I mean, he is Alabama, but
yep.
As we've talked about in past shows, if you've watched any, that Steve Kennedy kind of burns you.
Well, seeing as neither of us are picking him this week, go right ahead. Good chance for you. All right. So we're both on board with Webster there.
Yep.
And E group, go ahead.
I went with G-Man.
Okay.
As much as I've said in the past that I'm waiting for him to win one before I ever pick him again. This is kind of, other than Gunnersville, this is kind of his other home lake, I'd say.
Yeah, so. It's not terribly far from him. So I'm obviously he has to have some good experience on this lake. So yeah, I mean, I don't mind that pick. Yeah, I mean, he's just been on the struggle bus with a ton of other hammers, but I'm going with the hot hand, like I foreshadowed earlier, Cliff Prince. Why not? 3.2%. I mean, the guy showed something that he could fish in the heat,
Yeah.
So Why not? Why not? Right? Something's got to work. Weights. I think weight. I think weight's going to be a tough one.
You know what? I just went with two of my favorite numbers
Mm-hmm.
and went with 75.7.
Oh wow. Okay.
I don't know. Every time we pick, it always goes over. So
Yeah, I know. I was reading. It was somewhere on the Bassmaster site. One of the local guys who fishes some of the opens there. He was talking about. He's like, I'd be thrilled to death to bring in 15 pounds a day. In the conditions that it should be in this weekend. So
yeah,
I'm going conservative. If you go with 60 pounds by him, I'm going 63-1. So I don't know. I think there's going to be some tough days.
yeah. But I was correct last week or last 2 weeks ago when I
Mm,
said somebody's going to hit a big bag and then they'll have like a 17, and that was
right.
Cliff Prince. He had that big. He had a 20, a 26, and
Yep.
I forget the other numbers, but it was
Yep.
definitely
Yep. There's always that one or couple of guys that just really figure it out, right place at the right time, and
yeah,
yep. So yeah, I mean, hopefully that'd be great if they do get 75, but I don't know. We'll see.
yeah.
I know I don't want to be fishing when it's 90 plus degrees out.
Nope.
I'll be swimming, not fishing. Yep.
Even like 85, 80 is like
Yeah,
sucks.
yeah, it's tough. Well, I mean, a lot of it too depends on like the wind and stuff. I mean, our weather we had up here last week, you guys too, but I mean, it was just hot. It wasn't very windy, so we're outside playing cornhole, just dying out there. Like, come on! Like,
Yeah.
I always complain about the wind, and there's no, now there's no wind, and now I'm complaining. All right, do you want to go through drain the lake?
Sure.
Okay.
So at this point, you've used up. You have two tournaments left, so you still have your your northern drop shotting guys ready to
Yep.
go for the next two tournaments. So I went with John Cruz, Gerald
Okay.
Swindle, Matt Robertson, Logan Parks, Wes Logan, Steve Kennedy, Matt Herron, and Will Davis Jr.
Okay. That's a good lineup. I have Steve Kennedy, Wes Logan, Swindle, Matty Wong, Bryant Smith, John Garrett, Peraznik, and Koyoyo Fujita. Yep. So I don't know. We'll see. I switched a couple of my drain the lake guys around, just a couple hours ago when I got home from work. But
Yeah,
it, I don't know. I think I'm just going to leave it as it is now.
yeah. I'm ready now. Now that I got all these other tournaments out of the way, I have the last two to figure out my drain the lake lineups. Makes it easier.
Yeah. Yep.
Looking
Yeah.
at
Usually I do. I probably want to set my St. Lawrence guys first, and then Champlain. Just I don't know. The Champlain, you're going to have more largemouth bite there too.
yeah.
So it's a slightly different group of guys.
I mean, all that's left is to hope that you can pick the Johnstons in two different groups in St.
Right. Yeah.
Lawrence.
Yep. Yeah. But you know what's going to happen though. They're going to
What's
stick them
that?
both in. They're stick them both in A bucket or B bucket, whatever.
I mean, they both should be an A bucket. I mean, it's
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, how many they've they both top 10 every time they go there. So
Right.
how
But are
many
they
years is
going?
that? Five.
How are they going to build the buckets? So are they going to build it based off of previous history there, or based off of like current points, or
They, I don't know. They always say it's based off of angler of the year, but then you'll see like some random guys
yep, yep,
in different buckets. So
yeah.
whatever, they'll screw it up.
I wonder, like, who's in charge of that? Is it Ronnie? Who is it?
Yeah, I'm sure Ronnie and a couple other guys have some say in it, but
Yeah, unless they have some kind of proprietary algorithm. All right, we're over. We're over our time lot.
All right, let's end this thing.
We'll wrap it up. All right, guys. Get your picks in before Thursday morning. I'm not sure what time the actual cutoff is, but Wednesday night, Thursday morning, get them in by. And what we didn't talk about real quick is the fact that that's a smaller lake, and the fact that it's kind of like
oh yeah,
the early, because the 4th of July is in the middle of the week, kind of. So there's going to be a ton of boat traffic out there, and it's going to be horrible. A lot of wrecked boaters and all that kind of good stuff. So these guys are going to be rocking and rolling for sure.
Yep. All right.
All righty. Well, I'm Matt. He's Scott. We are Stout Sportsmen. Send us a like if you like.
Yeah. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
We don't say that very often.
No. Nope. We're just doing this for fun.
Stay tuned to the next 2 shows where we might actually have something, instructive to say about the conditions and how to fish.
Right. Yes, because we both fished at least the St. Lawrence, and you fished Champlain a few times. So. Yep. All right, guys.
Later.
See
Stay out.
We are out. Yep.